Imagine finding the love of your life only to have them abruptly walk away with no explanation. Now imagine that same love coming back into your life years later, but with a new look, a new life, and a new gender. What would you do? How would you feel? On today's case, Ms. Strange and Ms. Westmoreland are trying to navigate the new uncharted waters that they both find themselves in. Ms. Strange says she's still the same person Ms. Westmoreland fell in love with, but Ms. Westmoreland is not so sure. Can they go back to the way things were, or has too much changed? Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Strange versus Westmoreland.
Thank you very much. Ms. Strange, you're in court today because your relationship has faced many obstacles, and now you need clarity. There have been some changes in your life, and you believe Ms. Westmoreland is having a hard time adapting to the new you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Ms. Westmoreland, you say you have developed a deep, loving relationship with Ms. Strange and want to continue down that path, but you've been feeling a range of emotions recently and need help getting this relationship back on track.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ladies, it's a pleasure to meet you both. I want to see what got us here today. Ms. Strange, you brought this case.
Yes,
Take me
Your Honor.
back. How'd you meet?
Well, we met in 2010 when I was in 6th grade. I was never very vocal, you know, being able to talk because I done lost so much, a mom and a dad. So I was the kid that you could really release your anger on. And,
You were bullied as a child.
Yes. And she really reminded me of Norbert and his girl met because she came in, had my back, and she really taught me, like, growing up to, you know, stand up for yourself, and it went on from there.
And you all decided to form a relationship that was not just a friendship.
Yes, we became best friends. She just became like a emotional soaking pad for me because I wasn't able to show emotion growing up because they said it was a sign of weakness for me. So she showed me how to do that.
So it sounds like you were a pretty cool friend at that time.
Yes, Your Honor, I was. I never told her no. It was always a yes for me. And I took her places with me and showed her things that other people don't really get in life, you know, which is like friendship, a true friend, and love. Genuine love.
It's fair to say you were not the person that you are today in 6th grade.
In 6th grade, I transitioned. I always felt like this, but I was just never, like, you know, feminine at that time. And I just thought it was a phase growing up.
So you were born a boy.
Yes.
But you are a woman.
Full blown, baby.
Okay. May I say to you, and I know that you will take this as a compliment, you were really born a woman, because I'm looking right at you.
I mean, y'all see it.
I'm happy you found your true self.
Thank you so much.
But something tells me it came at a couple of bumps in the road.
Yeah.
Because if you started off a boy, that means you fell in love with a boy. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So how did this whole transition, did you all transition together? What ended up happening?
Me and her started, like, getting real acquainted, like going over her house, because she was learning how to do hair around this time. She would watch her auntie kids and also do her hair, and she used to ask me, could you come over with me? And I was like, okay, yeah, because I didn't have nobody. So I was like, okay, I'll come. Then we used to watch this show, the RuPaul Drag Race. Inside, I was like, oh my God, like, this is how I've been feeling.
And I used to dress her.
Were you all best friends, or were you all intimate friends, or a combination of both?
Both.
Yeah, it was a combination of both.
It was a combination of both.
Okay, and so you were having intimate relations in a what would be considered a male-female intimate relations. Is that fair?
I mean, like,
Yeah.
probably not sexually, maybe like kissing in public as we got older, like
Yeah.
going out. Like I said, I used to dress her and stuff.
So did you at that time even think for a minute, if you are, quote, dressing your
Yeah.
best male friend, that this is somebody that really was a woman?
No,
Did it
I
ever
did
hit
not.
you?
No.
Were you surprised about that, Ms. Strange?
I mean, not really, because I just feel like men should be able to, you know, make their women happy around that time, whether what it is, whether they see their goal. You should be their monument. You should be able to, like, okay, practice on me. But around that time, not only was I doing it for her, I was also doing it for me, because it was a way for me to release stress and tension. So
You could actually be who you were.
right. And then she was like, man, I want to try certain things. And I was just like, okay, this is my opportunity. And the next thing you know, I thought what was gonna be weird for her wasn't weird for her, you know? Then it was one time, let's go get pedicures, manicures and stuff and get your feet clean. Now I got my feet clean. So I was like, okay, this is now or never. And I ended up ghosting her for
a long time, a couple years.
So wait a minute, you go from being best friends, hanging out all the time, doing each other's hair, being like young people curious in a relationship,
yeah.
exploring intimacy without the full intimate act.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just cut it off, Miss Strange?
Yeah, Shauna. I just couldn't face her at that time. You know, tell somebody that always had my back. When I get pushed into a wall like that, I run. I had to start living for me.
So when he, at the time, ghosted you, how did that make you feel?
I was curious, like, because I never did nothing wrong with being a good friend. And, you know, no calls, no DMs. I was kind of worried for him at the time.
I'd love to know, what were you doing in those 2 years?
I had, like, body modifications, like my boobs, my hips, and my rhinoplasty, which is the bottom surgery. In those 2 years, I was making myself whole so my soul, mind, and my spirit can feel as one, you know?
So you were transitioning during that time?
That whole entire time, yeah.
Okay, and who did you have in your corner to be there with you?
I had me. So
And you didn't think that you could reach out to your best friend to help you?
I just couldn't. I couldn't make her whole. How can I make something whole when I'm not whole myself?
I completely understand what you're talking
I
about.
feel
You
like-
had to find you.
Yeah, I didn't want to self-destruct.
And in the meantime, I think you will understand that Miss Westmoreland did have to go on with her life.
Yeah.
So, Miss Westmoreland, what did you do in those 2-year interim?
I just needed love again, and, you know, and I ended up moving on, you know.
Of course you
I
did.
found someone through social media. You know, he was there to, you know, cheer me up and stuff.
And did you get into a relationship?
I ended up getting into a relationship with the person.
Was that relationship an intimate relationship?
It ended up getting into an intimate relationship.
So 2 years later, you are starting to feel like the person that you were born to be.
Correct, yes, Joe.
And you decided it was time to go back and make amends.
I felt like I owe her closure. So when I finally built up the courage, I hear her on DM, and I was like, first I want to, you know, start off with an apology for how I did you and how I led you on and deceived you. And I said, whenever you feel like you're ready to talk or need closure, please give me your number. So she said, oh my God, and she gave me her number. So 2 days I didn't call her because I was like, oh my God, what did I just do? Like,
Yeah, because you just opened a wound and you had to be ready to deal with it, right?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Had you all seen each other before you met?
Absolutely not.
No.
Had you told her anything about what you had been going through?
I did.
You walked in the door and you saw your best friend from years ago.
Your Honor, you should have seen my face when she walked in. I was like, who is this lady? This is my ex, you know, male friend. He gonna, you know, transition over her.
I asked her, I said, let's go to Atlantic Station, everything on me, because now that I'm in transition, I know the best thing to a woman's heart is the food and some drink, okay?
Some good
baby?
drinks, yeah.
Had you all seen each other before you met?
Absolutely not.
No.
Had you told her anything about what you had been going through?
I did, and she looked at my pictures, and she was like, I gotta see you, I gotta see you. So the next following week, I ended up booking us the reservation, and we met up.
You walked in the door and you saw your best friend from years ago.
Yeah.
And you saw your best friend from years ago.
Yeah, you know, when she DM'd me, I was kind of shocked. I was like, who is this lady? This is my ex, you know, male friend. He gonna, you know, transition over her. I was shocked. Like I said, I was hurt.
Tell me why you were hurt.
You know, I wasn't used to my friend that I grew up with wanting to be a female. It was something new to me.
What did you think during that time? Because it sounds like she was screaming at the top of her lungs, I am trying to be my full self.
Around that time, I was just thanking the Lord that I found her.
Because she wasn't asking any questions.
Yeah, she wasn't asking any questions.
I was sad, I mean, because I don't judge. I was sad, though. I mean, it did hurt me, but...
No, I'm asking Miss Westmoreland because Miss Strange literally was shouting to the rooftops, I'm a different person. So now you're both at Atlantic Station, and now you have to have a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened, Miss Strange?
Well, first off, I set 2 seats down because I didn't want her to swing on me. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know. I can't fight, so I'm gonna distance us. So we was talking, and before we sat down, I was just like, you know, you cool? Are you ready to have this conversation? She was like, let me get 3 shots.
Yeah.
And
Tequila make it all be a little
she had
easier.
Hennessy.
Okay, 3 shots of Henny?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we ended up talking, and I didn't think that she was gonna give me the feedback, but then she also told me that I really did hurt her, like,
Okay.
to the point. So I had to bring up her kids, and she was like, how you feel about me having kids? I said, we here now. Why would I have a problem about, you know, your kids?
Your Honor, you should have seen my face when she walked in the building.
I can imagine that. Listen, this is some real stuff. I don't want anybody to think that this is not easy. And
Yeah. It ain't easy.
Miss Strange, I congratulate you for finding yourself.
Thank you.
But Miss Westmoreland, I don't want you to feel guilty at all.
I don't. Oh, no, I don't.
Trying to figure out how to navigate this.
Yeah.
Because you were entitled to some time to figure it out, just like you were entitled to some time to figure out what works for you. So I don't want you to feel guilty in any way.
To see my ex-boyfriend, well, male friend coming in twisting, like Beyonce,
Girl, what no Beyonce?
Whitney.
Now you just lying.
yeah, you was coming
Probably
in.
Cardi B,
I
but
was
it wasn't no
shocked.
Beyonce.
I was shocked.
You lucky you my banana peel.
Listen, everybody is entitled to feel that way. I don't want you to
I didn't
feel
really
bad
just cuss her
about
out like
it. Just
you.
need a minute.
I didn't fight her or nothing, what she thought I would do, because I am a little aggressive, but I didn't come at her like that.
I want the two of you to tell me, after that time, awkward, uncomfortable, fearful, somehow you decided to try
Something
to
new.
rekindle
Yeah.
this relationship.
Yeah, daughter.
How did that work out? The father of your child is going to be in your life. There's no way that you can tell him he shouldn't be a part of his child's life. And I don't get the feeling that that's what you want to do.
No, because I'm not gay, so it's like, because I like men, you know? That's what
And
I
that's
like.
fair. How does that make you feel, Miss Strange? If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
So we met 2 family members. Well, they not our family members. They was family members.
Okay.
And, you know, we got a little drunk, and we kind of went home with them. And
Oh,
we
so
kinda-
y'all were getting ready to just get your complete groove
Yeah,
on.
the
Yeah, we
second
did
meetup,
though.
This like the second
We
meetup
did
after
though.
I linked up with her at Atlanta Station. We ended up going to this lounge, and we had got a few drinks and stuff.
Yeah, it was like a little one-night stand. Who cares?
Yeah,
Okay.
we was invited.
It was
to
a
that.
hookup.
Yeah, it was
with
a
no
hookup.
judgment.
Yeah,
Everybody
we
was
was in
doing
the
that.
same room
Yeah,
with the cousins.
And we ended up leaving the place and going to these know-who houses.
That was the first time you all were going to be intimate in all those years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so why in the world would you choose a foursome as the first time you are going to be intimate with your longtime best friend? Wouldn't you want to ease into something like just the two of you?
I don't think so.
No.
Thing.
No, I mean, I was down with it. I was
Yeah,
down with it. I mean, at the
Couple
time,
of shots.
I'm old.
I was down with it at the time.
Come on. Girl, you know we had fun that night.
At the time, you know, like I said, I probably was texting people, but like linking up wise, I mean, I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was still
I agree.
shocked because
What shocked you?
to see that she got a female figure.
Okay, so what y'all
like
Right.
that.
Oh,
You tell
excuse me, Miss Westmoreland.
Huh?
Let me tell you something that is a fact of life. Miss Strange has always been Miss Strange. She just finally is getting to live her life that way. This
And
is
that's
who
why I
she
accepted
is.
her. That's why I didn't judge her either.
Right.
Because I still got love for her. I didn't go nowhere for it. Just when she was gone, I had to.
You were right
Yes.
to go on with your life. Miss Strange, Miss Westmoreland has said, bump in the road. It was a lot to take. It wasn't what she was expecting. Now, this is where we are. You don't like the father of her child.
No.
Miss Westmoreland, the father of your child is going to be in your life for a while. How are y'all going to resolve that?
I don't know, because they both have differences. She don't like him. He is not accepting her. But I do, so that's all that matters.
Is he in the baby's life?
Yes, he is.
That's not something that you're going to be able to control because that's the child's father.
Right.
And as long as he is in the baby's life and is not being abusive towards you, there's no way that you can tell him he shouldn't be a part of his child's life. And I don't get the feeling that that's what you want to do.
No, because I'm not gay, so it's like, and he not either, so it's like, you know, not trying to be funny, but because I like men, you know, that's what I like.
And that's fair. How does that make you feel, Ms.
I like
Strange?
men.
That's how you feel, though?
Yeah, I like men. You know that, girl. I like men. I like men, so I'm gonna stand on that. I'm gonna stand on that.
She's being honest.
I'm being honest, straightforward. But I told you I got love for you. Genuinely, I do. Because you was there before him. And that's why I have to break that down to him. You see what I'm saying? I shut him up sometimes, like, okay, you still can't come between me and my friend. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a bond it's just a bond that can't be broken up.
Ms. Strange, what I just heard from Miss Westmoreland is
Broken
that she
up.
loves you.
Yeah.
There is no question that
no
she
question
loves you.
about it.
But for a committed relationship, her preference is to be with a man rather than to be with a woman. Can you see yourself in a long-term committed relationship with a woman? Because Miss Strange is a woman.
That no.
So you don't see yourself growing old with me?
I can grow old with you, but just not like,
This is not your life partner.
yeah, you're,
What?
yeah.
See, sometimes, Miss Strange, you got to ask the questions. I told you.
I should have did ask these questions.
But, Miss Strange, here's my question. You walked away to become your whole self. You're allowed to become your whole self.
With no
But
question
she's
asked.
allowed to be her whole self also. Have you been as accepting of her as she has been of you?
Accepting of you. Yes, I do. I accept you for who you are. Yes, I do. I
But
do.
you're accepting her on your terms. You're not
I
accepting
need you to
her
accept it on my
her
terms.
So what's your terms? Put it in paper.
I can put it on paper. I will, but
What do you need, Miss Westmoreland, in a relationship?
that male strength.
I can learn how to fight.
I like me. I just want to be with a man. I love my, kid's dad. We ain't on bad terms like that, We have our ups and downs, but he has been there too. Both of y'all have. So it's a hard decision. I don't know.
You like having sex with men.
Yes, I do. I like having sex with men.
Right.
And, Miss Strange, you are not a man. We have established that from the beginning.
I
should
definitely
have been
established
asked
it.
this.
Yeah, you should have. Both of you should have. Because these are people's lives and you both love each other. And I have no doubt that the two of you actually adore and love each other. But again, people are in each other's life for a time, a reason, or a season. Sometimes for a lifetime. You can be in each other's life for a lifetime, but
And
you
now that
may not
she's
be each other's
transitioned-
life partners. There's nothing wrong with being friends. And if you could come back together after all those years with the changes that have occurred, I think there's something there. And it may not be intimacy because you're not giving each other what you need. But the friendship, I wouldn't throw it away again. Miss Strange, can you be friends with Miss Westmoreland?
Yes, Your Honor.
You love her?
To death.
Miss Westmoreland, can you be friends with Miss Strange?
Yes, Your Honor. I can be friends with Malaysia.
So here's the deal. Go out, get a glass of Hennessy, and toast to your new relationship. You be happy with who you are, and you find happiness. Both of you deserve it.
Why you sit there and say that? That's how you really feel?
Yes, Malaysia. I told you I do have genuine love for you.
This was a wonderful example of how people do bring their whole selves to relationships, but you have to expect that the other partner may reject who that is.
She also was all for her.
100% with her who she is right now.
Exactly.
But that's not what she wanted with an intimate partner.
No.
And it's not fair to put that pressure on someone else if that's not what they can handle.
She loves you.
But she's not in love with you, and that's okay.
That's right.
I hope that they can continue their friendship and find their way back to each other, but in a different way.
Absolutely.
Made in Georgia.